Hello, Mr. Hill here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what goes on here in social studies, religion, and in seventh grade homeroom. So, before I do that, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of Philadelphia. I had Interstate 276 go through my backyard. So, coming here to Vermont and it being so quiet, I definitely had to get used to that and just the different activities. Uh, from growing up near Philadelphia and then moving to Middlebury, Vermont, just the different types of activities that were new to me, like hiking. I remember the first time I came up here to Vermont, I said I can smell trees because that really wasn't a thing when you have Interstate 277 as your 276 in your backyard. Um, but I love it here in the state, and I've been up in Vermont since 2012. Now, I went to Gwinnett Mercy University, and I've been teaching since 2005. I taught in alternative schools as a high school social studies teacher in North Philadelphia. And when I moved to Vermont, I taught at St. Mary's School down in Middlebury, grades 5 and 6. For seventh grade homeroom, one thing that I really like to do is review the day's activities and what's going on in science or math and things of that nature to really get a sense of what's going on so I can help students organize and be there as a guide um, throughout the middle school experience. I have a calendar over here on my bulletin board, which is a whiteboard calendar where teachers and myself can write on it for long-term projects and deadlines and things of that nature. So I find it really helpful for international night and science fair, for sure. Also, we have classroom jobs. Uh, we put up the flag. We do morning announcements, things of that nature. Also, during homeroom is a time for myself to discuss any observations that I've had or things that other teachers have told me that need to be addressed with the seventh grade. So I use that time to do that as well. Also, we do some puzzles in the morning time, from 7:45 to 8. In that stretch where students are coming in, we do puzzles like uh, like this. We do Sudokus, we do cryptograms. We'll have maybe a cool coloring page, which the students seem to really like. We'll do that during homeroom. For religion, I teach seventh and eighth grade religion, and these are some of the common things that both groups do. I like doing what I call a 3 by 5 reflection with each group. So at the beginning of the week, I ask the students to reflect on 3 topics and then write down 5 things for each of those topics. So, for example, our 3 things are, what are 5 things you're thankful for? Right? What are 5 things you need to work on? And what are 5 things you would like to change from the previous week? And then we'll revisit that again towards the end of the week. And it's really meant to have the students think about what are some of the things that are going on in their lives and things that they're thankful for, right? Things that they're blessed with, and also things that they need help with moving forward. And I like to read those, so it'll give me an opportunity to kind of get an insight on what students are feeling, what they're thinking. Also, we'll do monthly rosaries where we'll go up to the church when we're allowed. And recently, we went to Father's Field and we did an outdoor rosary. But I feel it's very, very important that we pray a rosary at least once a month, if not more. This year, both seventh and eighth grade are going to be going through confirmation, which Father Sanderson and myself will work in tandem doing. We'll work in conjunction, where Father will come to class and teach the class a little, about confirmation on certain days. And this is usually going to be in the middle of the school year where this will occur. In religion, What I generally do for the grade breakdown is 60% is test quizzes and projects, 30% is classwork, and 10% is homework. For social studies, and just my philosophy in general, I'm a really big believer in growth mindset. I want students to feel comfortable trying their best. I want students to feel comfortable taking, risk and then learning from their mistakes. And I really do believe wholeheartedly in the power of yet and in grit. And for me, when I think of the power of yet, I want students to break that mindset of I'm not good at something, right? So I'm constantly am trying to figure out how to help students break that mindset, just about academics in general. Also, when I think of grit, when I think of the tenacity, the resilience of students, but I also want to think of grit as a collaborative effort, right? So collaboration with myself, collaboration with students, collaboration with parents and guardians, thinking of creative solutions to figure out problems, right? And being organized, you know, having a clear schedule of when you're able to get things done, right? And being precise about your work, right? And a big thing for me is communication, right? I want students to feel comfortable communicating with me their needs, right? And parents as well. So when I think of grit, I think of all those characteristics which leads itself to people being resilient or being tenacious, right? Because I feel like you need those core foundational skills in order to have grit. And that's kind of my philosophy in teaching social studies, right? Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Right? Sixth grade, we're doing American History 1, seventh grade, American History 2, and then in eighth grade, geography. And for geography, one of my main goals this year is to have the students really think of the question, the why of where is really one of my main themes this year in geography is the why of where, which is, why things occur in specific places or why things occur with specific groups of people, things of that nature. So I find that really, really fascinating. I do a lot of my assignments in Google Classroom, a lot of online resources, and that's where you find a lot of that information on Google Classroom. And my grade breakdown, I'm sorry, really, maybe I can make that window slightly smaller. There we go. My grade breakdown is 70% test quizzes and projects, classwork's 15%, and homework is 15%. Um, if anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out. Let me know what's going on, and I'll be more than happy to help out. All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.